Hey everyone, it's Maria Solitary Witch Tracks here. I hope you're having a good day. Hope you had a good Beltane and full moon. I certainly did. I kind of had to combine my celebrations into one ritual bath because for me, my anniversary with my boyfriend also falls on Beltane. So I had fun with that. Very relaxing. It was very good and nice and just really nice to be able to get into that ritual space and have a ritual bath because I hadn't had one of those in a while. But the reason why I am making this video is not because of Beltane, is actually about bind runes. I have been working with bind runes not too recently, researching into them and researching ways to make one for myself that has a deep personal meaning to me and also is very effective as well. So right now what I'd like to do is go over the different types of bind runes that you can create, and pretty much if you're looking to create a bind rune for yourself, or if you're looking to make an enchantment with a bind rune or help out some aspect with your life with a bind rune, ways you can do that, or if you want something that's personal for you that you can use as a personal talisman of strength or whatever you need in your life, how to do that as well. I'm going to start with the three forms of bind runes. Yes, there are three. You have a linear, like a line, or horizontal. Then you have a radial, which is vertical. And then you have a axial, which is kind of like a circle with the different runes and lines pointing all directions like a circle, kind of like the Vegvasir. Now, what I think is a good rule when you're creating your bind runes, personally, at least when you're first creating them, is to keep it simple. Because when you're first creating, not only do you need to focus on the shape, but the flow of the bind runes itself. Because if you're just putting runes together, it's not going to have that effect that you want. I mean, it might not look good, first of all, but second of all, if it doesn't flow together, the magic's kind of going to get muddled up and jumbled and not really flow together as well. So not only is placement good for aesthetic purposes, but for magical purposes as well, because if you have a cluttered looking bind rune, the magic might not be as effective because it's going to get jumbled up and lost within itself, if that makes sense. So I would suggest starting out with simple ones, and as you get more comfortable in creating bind runes, you can make them more and more complex. I mean, take a look at Wadrina's symbol. It looks like a raven, but it's made out of runes. So that is a prime example of a complex bind rune that can be created. A simple one could just be 2 runes put together, or there's even some more ones, but also the more complicated ones can help make a stronger spell or stronger intention with it, provided that the runes that you choose not only work together well, like their meanings and messages can work in a unified way, but also that they look good together. But once you practice and you make yourself familiar with runes and continue to use them, whether it's in a singular purpose or when you create your bind runes, eventually form and placement will become almost like second nature to you. You'll be able to almost intuitively feel where the runes should be placed. So for instance, I have a bind rune that I have for myself is Thuriaz and Berkana, to represent Thor and Frigg or Frigga, whom within Norse pantheon I closely work with. And then also what I personally like to do, I like to have what's called a catalyst rune in there. You don't have to, but for my personal usage of my bind rune, I like having a catalyst rune. And what I mean by catalyst is something to just set it off in motion. For me, like with spells, you can say so mote it be. That'd be kind of like a catalyst phrase where you speak your intention there. May it be, so mote it be, so it be, those kind of things. I kind of view that as a catalyst phrase that gets the spell going and gets it moving. And so for this particular bind rune I made for myself, I use that same methodology. And so I have Berkana and Thurias, and then as my catalyst rune for my catalyst rune I have Ansus, which is Odin's rune. So the reason why I chose that rune is because it is like a spell wordy rune. So Odin is known for his wisdom, for his words, for speaking things into being. Like, that's one of his things. And so that is why I chose that rune with my other ones for my binding rune, because I have my base, and then Ansus kind of speaks into being, brings the runes together and speaks it out. And also, that is a good rune if you need help with public speaking, or have a fear of public speaking, or just need a way to get your words out. That's also really good. Also, wearing a ring on your pinky finger associates with words. It's a little palmistry there for you. But besides the point, you don't have to have a catalyst rune. I do, because it just works with my mindset the way spells work. And so I like to have the catalyst rune. So I'm not going to put a picture of my bind rune because I don't really want to share it yet. I don't know why. It's just like a feeling I have that I shouldn't share it until I use it on myself. I'm actually planning on getting a tattoo of it on me, and then I'll be more than happy to show it, but I feel like I shouldn't share it until then. But if you search up on the internet bind runes, you can see various types, various meanings, or reasons why this person created that bind rune. So don't limit yourself to what runes can stand for, because also when you combine runes, their message can be different as well. So like one rune can say one thing, one rune can say another thing, but when you combine them, they're not saying what they originally said, kind of, but a little added on more to it. So the runes can be very versatile that way. Also, if you go, well, I don't think so. Never mind, because honestly, some people go like upside down runes meaning something different, kind of like tarot cards, but I don't go with that. I mean, that's just not how I intuitively read them. Well, sometimes I do, depending, but I don't feel like for bind runes, especially because when you think of a radial rune, then some of them are going to be upside down, and it does really negate from that purpose. Sometimes, well, actually now I'm talking myself in a circle, because if you're trying to take away something out of your life, you could place the rune upside down in a bind rune and have things around it facing upwards. So you could. I guess really it depends on the intention you have behind your runes, behind the bind rune. If you place a rune upside down specifically for a purpose, and just because you want to negate it, then yes. But for my bind rune, I have one. I do it for evenness, for as above so below kind of thing. So I have like a rune this way and rune upside down that way. It's like radial with a couple things sticking out the sides. And for me, it doesn't negate. It kind of just says as above so below. So in all honesty, it really depends on the intention you put behind the bind rune. But these are just some simple steps, general knowledge on how to create a bind rune. If you do have any questions, please feel free to comment below. If you like this video, give it a like. But yeah, any questions, feel free to comment on this video about bind runes, and I'll be more than happy to answer them as best I can. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Blessed be.